And we're recording. Just a brief little message, you guys. I'm just out here on the bike, getting some exercise at a beautiful little park that I've never been to before. But I just wanted to talk about the importance of coupling exercise with proper diet. This is really how you're going to see, this is really how you're going to start to see quick results. Is if you get enough exercise and you apply proper dietary alterations to your lifestyle. This is how you're really going to start losing weight quicker and feeling better. Your skin will start glowing more, you name it. Coupling herbalism with exercise program like cycling is essential. So many people are way too sedentary and they never really know how good it feels to get some endorphins going in their system. Endorphins will really increase the amount of feel-good messengers in your system, in your physiology, and it produces a state of altered consciousness. Prolonged exercise, if you exercise long enough and intense enough, you'll start to produce endorphins. Endorphins will move through your system and alter your consciousness in a very beneficial way. This is what many people refer to as a runner's high. You can get one on a bike, you can get one from walking for a prolonged period, but once you get that runner's high, so to speak, once you start to get those endorphins moving through your system, it'll motivate you to keep exercising and exercising and exercising. It's almost like a reward system from your biology, from your physiology, for putting in some hard work and getting some stuff done that's beneficial to your growth, to your health, to your well-being, to your longevity. Exercise and longevity go hand in hand, and you really need to get out there and get some circulation in your system. Exercise will increase the amount of circulation. It will remove blockages from your system. It'll elevate your consciousness naturally. And if you get on a bike and come out here, you can be surrounded by the trees, you can be surrounded by the elements, the birds, you name it. So it's a much more beneficial experience to exercise outside, outdoors. So exercising during a fast as well, you guys, is very beneficial because it will increase the efficacy of autophagy. Now, autophagy, for those who don't know, is basically your body's self-recycling system from prolonged fasting. So once you fast for long enough, ladies and gentlemen, your body will start naturally entering autophagy, and autophagy will recycle unnecessary materials in your body and use it basically as a fuel source. Again, your body's self-recycling system. It's really how you attain the benefit of fasting, is through the process known as autophagy. So if you're intermittent fasting and you get on the bike in the morning for 20 minutes to an hour, you will really kickstart autophagy and you will get much more out of the day. Exercise in a fasted state induces autophagy. There are certain things that we can consume during a fast that induce autophagy. Things like stevia, properly made organic stevia extract. Things like green tea and caffeine, coffee, induce and increase the efficacy of autophagy. So there's a multitude of different benefits of exercise. You can, however, easily get a little bit too much exercise. There's a delicate balance. In everything in life, there's a balance. So I used to exercise way too much. I used to come out here and just rip my legs apart, not really knowing that I was doing damage to my frame. I was doing damage to my musculoskeletal system and my longevity. Exercise, you guys, can increase longevity, the potential for longevity in terms of how long you live. But exercise, if done improperly and too much, can actually increase your potential premature passing. It can affect your longevity. So I've been in this, my hair's all messed up. Excuse me. I've been in this health game for a long time now. Since pretty much the end of senior year in high school when I was 18. So I'm almost 30 now. And I've been into this for a long time. I've been doing my best to discover the secrets of longevity, to discover the secrets of reversing aging. And I've learned a lot over the years from my mistakes, my trial and error, you name it. So one of the things that I've learned, you guys, is that our colons are heavily backed up and filled full of waste, and that because of that, our entire physiology is affected, because your colon is connected intimately to every major organ system in your biology, in your physiology, the corporeal human body. So I approach health from a standpoint of cleansing, getting rid of the waste in the system. For the longest time, I didn't know what was wrong with my system, why I was always why I always looked like I was bloating and whatnot. It's because I was full of waste. I've eliminated over 20 pounds of waste from my colon, from my GI tract, from my alimentary tract. Your alimentary tract is the tubing from your mouth to your anus. We're plugged full of garbage, ladies and gentlemen. We eat foods that are sticky and we expect them to just transit through the elimination channels like that. The toxic effect of eating the wrong foods will catch up to you if you're not careful. So anyways, you guys, I just wanted to discuss a few things. Get out there and get some exercise. It's highly beneficial. Get yourself a bike. Biking is the greatest way to not only lose weight, but to feel better. Again, endorphins are magical. They're absolutely magical. And what's really interesting, something that I really like to do, is use certain herbs. I'll come out on the bike during a fast, my daily fast, because I like to intermittent fast daily, and I'll cycle for about 30 minutes to an hour, really prime my system for digestion, and then I'll take some herbs, whether that be things like shilajit or Bacopa monnieri brahmi. Fasting and ingesting herbs during a fast and during exercise is a great way to gauge how they make you feel and how well they work. So I'm constantly experimenting with things. I'm looking for ways to increase the efficacy of my fasts, and you can really increase the efficacy and the power of the healing during a fast, in my opinion, and these are just opinions, by getting some exercise, increasing the amount of endorphins, getting some sunlight on your face during your exercise, getting your blood flowing, getting some circulation, and then ingesting certain herbs. Now, certain herbs actually help, again, like I said earlier, stimulate autophagy. And autophagy is the body's self-recycling process. It's basically a self-healing process that is kick-started through fasting. So, caloric restriction seems to directly affect longevity very, very profoundly if done properly. But as I said earlier, with balance, there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. If you're exercising every day, exhausting your reserves, so to speak, nutritional reserves, and when you do eat whenever you eat during your fasting window, during the intermittent fast every day, if you're not getting the proper amount of nutritional provisionment through amino acids, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fiber, pigments, life force, if you're not getting enough of that to maintain the health of your musculoskeletal system, if you're not getting enough protein, if you're not giving your body enough energy, enough chi from the foods you eat, to maintain its vitality, then you'll quickly lose your vigor. And again, it's just, for as powerful as natural healing can be, it can be very dangerous in the hands of the wrong people, depending on what you're doing, which protocols you're doing. Colon cleansing can be very beneficial, but it can be very dangerous. But there's a right and a wrong way to do everything, you guys. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Just a brief little message out here. I'm going to do some grounding before I get back on my bike. There's some beautiful trees out here. One of my favorite things to do, you guys, is to cycle for long enough to start feeling the endorphins moving through my system, feeling the endorphins move through my consciousness, and then I just get on a trail and look at all the trees. I'm amazed at the beauty of nature. It is absolutely stunning. My mind has been opening up a lot lately from a few different changes I've made in my lifestyle and the amount of exercise I've been getting, and the blinders are opening up even further. The beautiful thing about real health, you guys, is that it expands the consciousness. Life becomes more interesting. Life becomes more vivid. You start to see the divinity in everything. The ingestion of particular herbs, the ingestion of enough sunlight, the proper oils, enough exercise, enough energy from the earth. Once you start developing your energy, once you start getting enough chi built up in your system where you have enough reserves of chi, once you get enough jing in your system, enough essence, primal essence, once you get enough shen in your life, which in traditional Chinese healing, you guys, in traditional Chinese medicine, there's something called the three treasures of healing. They're your jing, your shen, and your chi. A lot of us as Westerners are depleted in those things. Once you bring balance back to those, you start to gain more power of your mind, and you start to feel holistic. All the loose parts, all the mental issues or the physiological lack of health, everything just gets tied together and you start to feel more complete. You kind of bridge the schism, so to speak. So, wrap this one up, you guys. Check this out. It's beautiful out here. Find yourself a power spot. A power spot is a place that you can come outside the matrix and really absorb the beauty of nature. get on a trail, get a bike, go to a professional cycling, go to your local bike shop and get fitted for a bike. If you ride the wrong size bike, it'll destroy your knees and you'll never be able to bike. It can take months and months, sometimes years, for your knees to heal if you do excessive damage to them. But if you are interested in bonus content, if you are interested in having access to multiple hours of private video content about Kundalini, health, fasting, regenerating the body, colon cleansing, the 3 treasures of healing, if you're interested in multiple hours of content like that, if you're interested in photo uploads and polls, and if you're interested in having direct access to me through messengers, or private messenger, excuse me, you can go over to www.patreon.com/Sacred Serpent and become a $5 member. There's 5 different reward tiers. There's 5 different types of subscriptions. Each have a different benefits. But regardless of what reward tier you pick, regardless of which subscription you pick, you'll have access to the same amount of content. All the multiple hours of video, text posts, updates, documentaries, just all sorts of stuff. But there's a $5 subscription, there's a $15 subscription where I'll record you a private video every month with your subscription. There's a $25 one and up. So if you're interested in supporting my cause, again, please go over to www.patreon.com/Sacred Serpent. The money is the financial support is very, very appreciated, you guys. Goes into buying food and upgrading camera equipment and just continuing my mission, so to speak. So on behalf of your health, on behalf of the planetary reawakening of the inner Kundalini, on behalf of us regaining our power and really tapping into what we were put here for, peace be with you all.